Okay, make sure y'all can see that too. What up, y'all? Let this load up a little bit. Get the mic ready.
Okay. Okay, the mic should be ready. Peace and love, family. Peace and love. How y'all doing? Probably the only thing I need to grab is my pen. And right here is a wave chart. So if you got your pens and papers ready, get your pens and papers ready for this data. I'm bringing this to you in a form of how a workshop will be the best way I can give it to you on the social media. And at the same time, if somebody were to um, have a lecture event and hire me for a lecture event, this will be the best way that I'm giving it to you. It will be way raw, way better in the form of not beating around the bush, raw data. Um, I never tippy toe on no information, but you get what I'm saying. This is constructed so it can be on a social media platform. So if you can only imagine how I would be live in person. So a lot of these lectures is also to give people free information and give a free side of my products and service work, far as the lectures and the Psyche workshops. Also hold spiritual ceremonies as well. So contact me on kingmysteryschool@gmail.com or comment down below on if you want me to contact, leave your information, however you got to, whichever way to contact me. So get your charts out, get your phones out. What's up? What's up? Get your charts out and everything. Whatever you got to do to pull up this graph. So this is my best form, and get the likes up as well. You ain't got to share, you ain't got to subscribe, at least get the likes up. Whatever you got to do to contact me so you can be a part of any Psyche workshops or any events, contact me. This presentation or this lecture that I'm giving you right now is also the best way that I could give it to you how a lecture would be when we have events and you hire me to do lectures, or you sign up for a workshop via, both of these things are via or in person. You get what I'm saying? Get your charts up. This is a wave chart right here, okay? So this is a wave chart. Google this, whatever you got to do, wave chart. So this is a wave chart. So anybody talking anything spiritual or any form of spiritual understanding, this wave chart coincides with your brain, what you call on your brain or what you call your psyche. You get what I'm saying? Um, so this wave chart, you can link this to your psychic abilities, your brain abilities. You hear me? These are just preschool. This is preschool information or like preschool steps that you getting. So every time you see me on here, make sure that this is data, but at the same time, just for this lecture, this is the form of how it would be in a workshop or the lecture. You get what I'm saying? So I'm getting live, getting up. I got to open the vortex. Before we proceed, all ancestors known and unknown, Ashe. All gods and goddesses known and unknown, Ashe. All family members known and unknown, Ashe. Okay, and yell out your family member's name. Ashe, Ashe. All family members' name. We say them out. Beckley, Williams, Morris, Jenkins, Jones, uh, Lovelace. Ashe, 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 Ashe. We're gonna move on to this. Anybody talking any type of spiritual, you can utilize this chart. You hear me? Or understand this chart so you in the future do not get hoodwinked with anything in this matrix. You're able to utilize your own brainwave. You're able to utilize your own psyche. So dealing with your own psyche and dealing with anything spiritual, and we can utilize this knowledge only for me or only what I'm saying or only my opinions, however you want to take this. But this is what you should know how to function. So anybody talking all this spiritual stuff or any all these channels and want to bring everything logical is wise, and always miss the spiritual aspect of things. This is what we do as a collective as well. With the wave pattern or the wave chart, this is preschool knowledge of you should understand on how to utilize your psyche. You get where I'm coming from? How to utilize your psyche. So, your delta waves, delta waves is usually occur when you're in a deep sleep. You get what I'm saying? So usually people uh, be in this state when they're asleep, dreaming, napping, get their ass knocked out, or whatever the case may be. It coincides or should coincide with your alpha waves as well. You hear me? So meditation, relaxation, and creativity. So this should coincide without the emotionalism and the dramatization shit, far as your ass getting your ass knocked out. So but you still in a relaxed state. So this is how your brain should function. So all these motherfuckers talking about kundalini, your chakras. You get what I'm saying? Even having a problem with a curse word. You get what I'm saying? The true curse word is the DAM word. That's the true curse word. You hear me? That's the true curse word. Make a long story short, any psychic abilities or dealing with any spiritual abilities will have to start preschool first, just like I always tell you in lectures. The spiritual science shall be understood in the science form, chemistry, physics, quantum science, and alchemical form. You get where I'm coming from? As above, so below. So in the physical, you should be on this level on the spiritual as well. Your physical and spiritual aspect of yourself balance have these are the main principles that you have. These coincides with also your hermetic text, or hermeticism. This coincides with the 7 laws that governs this matrix, dealing with hermetics as well. Get those likes up. You ain't gotta subscribe or share nothing, but I advise, I would like a like. It don't cost you nothing. Like, and even if you want to share. So theta waves is visualization and trance and dreaming. So when anybody having a channel, all of these, so if you can only imagine, all of these should be able to combine. At the end of the day, this is where you should want to be. All of these waves combining. This is where you want to be. Combining all of these waves to be a supreme being. So your theta waves is visualization and trance and dreaming. Alpha waves, meditation, creativity, relaxation. Your beta waves, alertness, concentration, thinking. Your gamma waves is your synchronicity and your peak experience and insights. So it's not letting you know the full way to conquer these waves, but in this message and in this data I'm giving you, and in this brief form of my best way to give you a workshop or a lecture, this is what you get right here to understand These are the main principles of conquering, of being a supreme being. And even if you are already on the level of resonating with anything spiritual, these are the steps to conquer your chakras, any chakra points. There's no way you could talk about chakra points. There's no way you could talk about your kundalini. There's no way you could talk about all of this, let alone when I give you these deities and entities that coincides with these same waves and also coincides as above what you think as above. So with far as this astrology, your zodiac, your horoscope, and as well coincides with your psyche. All of this links for you to have the spiritual ability as well as these deities represents the same shit. Do you get where I'm coming from? So when you hear me say that people bring European centric views or centric views or Christian or religious type of mindset to spirituality, this is what I mean. You have to erase your ego completely. That don't mean quit your damn job, stop your career, you stupid motherfuckers. And y'all will let people do this to you. You get where I'm coming from? Tell you about you or whatever the hell, this feeling, this vibe shit. You hear me? You have to go within, master yourself, master your craft. This is a part of your psychic ability. This is the main steps that coincides and deal with your psychic ability. You get what I'm saying? So your deep sleep transitions or your nap, your meditation. Soon as you start off, you will hit this alpha state. Then it will coincide with your delta. Majority of people have to do the work to have your visualization linking and combining with all these methods, with all these part of your psyches, with all this part of your brain. I'm only able to share this because I did the work. So many of people doing the work, and many people have to see this to go back, remember the time of anything dealing with your imagination or what started anything good or bad. It was a space and time right there. Them are usually metaphysically speaking and metaphorically giving you the window to time travel, reconstruct those events to get to the next level. True trauma is really not you erasing it and acting like you forget about it. It's able to allow that data to be there and you able to proceed with your life, with one's life, which or with one state of mind or state of completion. All of these combined together is where you should be in a state of completion. So you can understand and be able to maneuver and do whatever you doing as a spiritual being. So get this wave chart. This is also good to put up and utilize as an altar in your everyday what you want to call that, motivation type thing. Motivation. So that's the wave chart that we showed as well. Okay. Now we're gonna go to something that you can pull up right now. And what I'm gonna pull up is how science take everything, how science literally is. And dealing with spirituality, these forms of understanding should already be understood. So I'm not trying to bore anybody that's already advanced and already there. This is also reference work. Let's see, I should be able to. So this is also reference work and data. So more than anything, I would love for anybody to see what they get out of this information and see what they get out of this data instead of judging anything. Okay, let's see if I could pull it up real fast. I will. Then I just realized I can also cast off my phone. So let's see how fast it. If this take too long, I will cast. Okay, so yeah, so with the wave chart, understand that wave chart, even if you gotta understand it yourself. If you gotta do the work yourself, erase everything that I'm saying, and to understand the wave chart and what it means for yourself. So all of that dealing with the wave chart is if you can imagine and in real life is literally a fully functioned brain. Okay. My shit glitching a little bit, but we got it. So the gamma chart, the hell with this. This one glitching. We finna cast, ladies and gentlemen. So let's cast real quick. All right, let's cast real quick. Okay, so I showed you the wave chart, and my apologies for that little slight delay. I showed you the wave chart. The wave chart that I displayed with the gamma, theta, delta, alpha, and the gamma waves is what you should be able to have all linking together to even to be able to understand anything spiritual. Yes, you can conquer these things on different levels, understanding these different methods and these different understandings on conquering them different wave patterns that I displayed on that chart. That's all possible. But this is what you want to do. That chart that I showed is what you want to have on a complete level. You get what I'm saying? So I'm gonna sit back, let you watch this um the wave particle experiment. And this is dealing with quantum science, physics, science, and everything. So this is literally how they scientists ran. So you should understand this if you went to school. I'm gonna sit back, let you see this video, and let you understand, or just get this vision, and I'll be right back with you. And here we are, the granddaddy of all quantum weirdness.
The infamous double slit experiment. To understand this experiment, we first need to see how particles, or little balls of matter, act. If we randomly shoot a small object, say a marble, at the screen, we see a pattern on the back wall where they went through the slit and hit. Now, if we add a second slit, we would expect to see a second band duplicated to the right. Now, let's look at waves. The waves hit the slit and radiate out, striking the back wall with the most intensity directly in line with the slit. The line of brightness on the back screen shows that intensity. This is similar to the line the marbles make. But when we add the second slit, something different happens. If the top of one wave meets the bottom of another wave, they cancel each other out. So now there is an interference pattern on the back wall. Places where the two tops meet are the highest intensity, the bright lines, and where they cancel, there is nothing. So when we throw things, that is matter, through two slits, we get this, two bands of hits. And with waves, we get an interference pattern of many bands. Good so far. Now, let's go quantum.
Get those lights
An
up.
electron is a tiny, tiny bit of matter, like a tiny marble. Let's fire a stream through one slit. It behaves just like the marble, a single band. So, if we shoot these tiny bits through two slits, we should get a marble. Create an interference pattern like a wave. It doesn't make sense. But physicists are clever. They thought maybe those little balls are bouncing off each other and creating that pattern. So they decide to shoot electrons through one at a time. There is no way they can interfere with each other. But after an hour of this, the same interference pattern is seen to emerge. The conclusion is inescapable. The single electron leaves as a particle, becomes a wave of potentials, goes through both slits, and interferes with itself to hit the wall like a particle. But mathematically, it's even stranger. It goes through both slits, and it goes through neither. And it goes through just one, and it goes through just the other. All of these possibilities are in superposition with each other. But physicists were completely baffled by this. So they decided to repeat and see which slit actually goes through. They put a measuring device by one slit to see which one it went through and let it fly. But the quantum world is far more mysterious than they could have imagined. When they observed, the electron went back to behaving like a little marble. It produced a pattern of two bands, not an interference pattern of many. The very act of measuring or observing which slit it went through meant it only went through one, not both. The electron decided to activate it further, so it was aware it was being watched. And it was here that physicists stepped forever into the strange, netherworld of quantum events. What is matter? Bubbles or waves? And waves of what? And what does an observer have to do with any of this? The observer collapsed the wave function simply by observing.
All right. So I know that let me see. I know I'm gonna have to run that back too as well. So as you can see that double slit experiment. Now you see the signs don't want to get dropped. You see the glitching, y'all. They watching. No, I'm just messing with you. All right, so you see with the double slit experiment,
Understand this
right?
experiment.
So this is how science, physics, quantum science, all of this, if you could just think about this on a logical level, on what we all should have already got taught. You get what I'm saying through school. So this coincides with the wave chart that I also displayed to us. With the wave chart, aligning all those waves, even attempting to align all those waves, is something happening, whether you know it or not. So the chart in this double slit experiment can be utilized as evidence and data for that. This is what your average scientist, your average person, white or black, don't have. Of course, is the imagination, and it's also this neuromelanin that's activated right now. So no matter the color right now, it's a neuromelanin that's activated or should be getting activated right now. With the chart, the wave chart that I just showed you, and this double slit experiment, it gives you a visual example of what's happening with on a psyche level. So rather scientists know this or not and can't pinpoint this or not, that chart and this double slit experiment goes coincides. So with that chart and this double slit experiment, it's broken down gamma through your delta waves through this little quantum double slit experiment. Instead of split, it's slit. So my apologies. So with that being said, this is why it baffles the scientists, whether they white or black, because the melanin is not, you're not never getting taught on how to be a supreme being. This is what they don't want you to know. Everything is compartmentalized for you not to combine all of these sciences and be a supreme being. You get what I'm saying? So with this experiment, this is literally how the psyche works. Rather, they don't tell you, or they literally telling you right now. This is also why you see the periodic table, all these elements and all of this, the xenons, the gases, the noble gases. This is why I bear the xenon bulb. You can also contact me for your xenon necklaces, bracelets, or products. These are on the same level as crystals, if not higher than crystals, because these you can also activate these. You get where I'm coming from? This is represented on a periodic table as a noble gas. So if you can think on this on a spiritual level and metaphysically speaking, with your energy and you're on a morphogenic grid operating with heart, this will also push negativity away, aligns you with what you align yourself with. This also represents a noble gas. Nothing can combine with this on a periodic table. Xenons, Kryptons, all of this. Just like Superman, enemy was kryptonite. You get what I'm saying? From the star system, Xenon, all of this shit. So this the metaphysics, occultism, end time eschatology, and phenomenology. This is also evidence that everything keep living. You don't die. These are all transitions. You get what I'm saying? If you can even understand these graduations. With this slit experiments and what they will call science or physics, of course, they're not going to align this with spiritual or anything spiritual. They'll tell you not matching or aligning with religions. All of this is coincide and supposed to go together. You get what I'm saying? All of this is supposed to be one understanding instead of being the universities, colleges, departments, schools, whatever. You supposed to be able, this is information that they don't want you to combine. So also with this slit experiment, they showing you how these particles that they utilizing as marbles and shooting through this slit, if you can imagine, or what's literally happened is this is used, and anything in science is used to what is happening on a quantum level. You get where I'm coming from? So this is supposed to be quantum science, but they will always end it with them not understanding what the hell is happening. So I'm giving you the complete form of spirituality and quantum science. Not saying you can't channel, you should be able to channel, talk to whoever. But why are you talking to whoever when they tell you that some shit is happening? So it's some shit happening, a interstellar star, a satellite, or a spaceship coming through, and they telling you this is when it's happening. And now you telling me that they told you that that is up there right now, and you channeling from them beings. You missing that they told you it was already up there. That's why I told you from them giving you that information, that is information of a pre-recording. And the other information is a possibility that it is in real time. So they're giving you a pre-recording and something that is in real time. With this double slit experiment and those marbles, these you can take as frequencies that's getting pushed out from your wave, from your brain, whether you know it or not, from your body, whether you know this or not. You get what I'm saying? So the second band, what they're not telling you, if you can understand this, is literally a positive and a negative. So when these was getting shot through these things, the marbles was getting shot through the slits. Those marbles and the double slits is representing both, or is representing both polarities. If the brain or the wave psyche chart, the delta chart, however I showed you it before this experiment, do not have nothing to do with this, then how is it shown in each part of this experiment? At this part, this is also symbolizing a wave, but it's also dealing with the waves and the patterns of the frequencies of the waves, vibrations. So that's also your gamma. They missing the synchronicity. And at the same time as you seeing this go on, this is their experiment that they're having. When they get to observing what's happening, the whole experiment changed, or what was being observed, realized it was being observed. Use that as reference as when you meditate. And the formula that I always stand on true spirituality and meditating and having something to manifest. It's a true code and a true formula that only you can open for yourself. Once you open that, yes, you should be able to connect with your so-called tribal or spiritual family or anything outside yourself that should benefit you longevity. With them observing what's happening, this whole experiment change. Utilize that and use that as reference work to you doing magic, quote unquote, or being spiritual, or you are a person that did everything right and some shit happened because you are oblivious to one action that is being taken place that is not a part of your formula, that is not going to activate your supreme being DNA. And what you bypass or let slip through is that you didn't just let it go. Even dealing with any traumas as well, letting shit go, doing your real psyche manifestation, not contemplating and sweating on what goal you trying to get to. You just literally think about it, you believe in it, send the confidence, and let that shit go. The only thing you should be observing is your thoughts so you can decide how it fall like Tetris into your subconscious to be able to play out into this matrix or your world. So this is literally what they believe, and what they don't want to believe is that the chosen ones, whether what shade, what color, but that DNA and that bloodline, just like they're working on their bloodline, are shit you cannot fuck with. So you that will be in occult wise, symbology wise, as the key. That's the missing key, is this neuromelanin. So now in this time and space, eschatology wise, they are relying on you to keep building this illusion and allowing this illusion to exist. With all of these and even these electrons, they also showing in this experiment is everything combined on how they maneuver and take everything and can't fathom. The problem is, let alone they observing. And so they telling you to meditate and to let things just be. And they're not doing it. You know that to be true because they keep a record on your ass. With them trying to keep a record, even on this phenomenon, something happened differently. Rewind this back if you got to see this video without me fucking it up and talking all over it. With them observing this experiment, that's what messed them up. So being aware is the state of mind you want to be. Aligning those ways that I showed in the chart, aligning those ways that I showed in the chart, that's how you can become a supreme being on yourself without needing nobody else work, without keep falling for this goddamn matrix or anything like that. Let me get the next visual together. So I hope you understand what I'm trying to give to you. I hope you understand what I'm giving to you. So to really utilize, my bad, it's dark in here. So to utilize everything, even dealing with spirituality, These are the simple principles and the simple things that I believe and know that that's all you need. Instead of having to join the group, spend your money. Anybody talking Kundalini, all of this shit, third eye. It's no way you should be able to believe this or not do the work yourself without understanding that wave chart I just displayed to you. So all of those should be able to utilize all in one for you to be able to have any type of Kundalini or the third eye aspect. This is why you always fall for every goddamn thing. This next thing I want you to look up is Fata Morgana. Fata Morgana. Fata Morgana, see that glitching? Fata Morgana is a form of a mirage. You get what I'm saying? And I'm going to show you this visual so for yourself and also the viewers can understand for yourself what type of mirage Fata Morgana is. Okay? Everything that I'm displaying to you have something to do with each other. All of this have something to do with each other. This is a form of science as well. And Fata Morgana has something to do with the cold and the hot air combining, and it caused a phenomenon. You get where I'm coming from? So it caused a phenomenon that some might not see visually and some will see visually. This is also it calls a certain type of lights to be seen or also not to be seen for this form of mirage to also take place. So this is Fata Morgana, which is a form of a mirage.
On a clear day
There you
like
go.
this, it seems
Get
like
them
you
lights
can
up.
see forever. And on some days, you might just be able to see forever twice. This is called a Fata Morgana mirage. And it's caused by the same air density distortions that make this snowy owl look like it's underwater. Warm air sits over cold air trapped at lower elevation, and the difference in the density causes the mirage. You often see it on winter days like cold air trapped at lower elevation.
Okay, one more time, listen right quick.
Snowy owl look like it's underwater. Warm air sits over cold air trapped at lower elevation, and the difference in the density causes the mirage. You often see it on winter days like this, where the air is generally clear and there's no wind to mix the varying air temperatures. The radiant heat from the sun warms the air right above the ground. It rises and colder air moves in. Seen from the right angle, the effect is like putting a stick into water. The differing densities distort the view. But to see it, you do have to be at the right angle. I flew my little copter above Me Hill Creek for a better look, and really you can't see the effect at all. There's differing densities, but you're looking down across them. But seen from a hill north of Linden, the line between the cold air below and the warm air above was as straight as a ruler. It didn't last, of course. Eventually, the two air densities mixed, and the resulting clear air made it easy to spot things like this snowy owl. Though the name Fata Morgana sounds like something from a burlesque show, it actually comes from the legend of King Arthur. Morgana was said to be magical, and what happens with the skies is something kind of magical. But yeah, the name really does sound like somebody who dances with feathers and fans. So next time we get a clear, calm night, followed by a clear, calm, kind of warm day, Head out to the prairies. You just might see Fata Morgana dance.
So, mind you, at the end, he said something magical like feathers when it danced and everything like that. So, all of that also coincides with rituals or understanding, if that makes sense. That understanding is a primordial understanding of us understanding everything that I'm showing you is really nothing new. This is why the ego have to get checked as well, because a lot of people would think they know some shit. You get what I'm saying? It's okay. You still supposed to be receiving data for your own code, for your own formula to tap into your own shit. This is another example of Fata Morgana. You hear me? I mean, Fata Morgana.
Stunned
All right?
by the sight of a mirage that towered across the skyline on early Monday morning, seen from the 17th floor where he Wayping lives, tall buildings and tower cranes appeared to.
So if you can't see, it's showing like a whole city, and the city look like it's just floating. You get what I'm saying? A form of mirage. So that is the ship form and also the form of cities, clouds, how stuff will look. You get what I'm saying? So it would be ships if you was on a beach, or if you buy any type of water, that's what you are bearing witness to when it look like something is floating. You know what I mean? When it look like something is floating off the water, off the line that you on. Fata Morgana. This is created, as you heard, off of um air, the hot and cold air combining, and with the light bouncing off of this phenomenon happening. Um, that's what you would get. You get what I'm saying? So, Fata Morgana is a complex type of mirage that distorts distant objects, making them appear to float, stretch, or change shape, and is caused by light rays bending through layers of air with different temperatures. So, keep in mind what I'm telling you. So, with you also having this wave that's a part of you, whether you know it or not, that I displayed early in the lecture, yeah, that I displayed early in the lecture, somebody that don't have those things combined to be able to really say they spiritual or doing any type of psyche work will always fall for the okie doke. So you will fall for something simple as not understanding something happened as a mirage, as the Fata Morgana, which is a complex type. Listen to what they saying. It's a complex type of mirage that distort distant objects, making them appear to float, stretch, or change shape, and is caused by light rays bending through layers of air with different temperatures. Utilize this information and think about your UFOs, your planets. Now, before we go that far, let's think about a frog on a lily pad in any type of water mass, and he's croaking. Really, whenever he give off that frequency, you can see the patterns in the water. So all of this is data. Keep all in mind. Also, let's think about if you put a coin and drop a coin in any type of water, a bucket or a river, lake, whatever, your tub, anything, to do this experiment, to have these forms of mirages right where you can do it in front of you. You drop any coin or anything in the water. Let's use a coin. You look above the water, you will see how it's looking. It will be creating this form of a mirage. Linking these to any UAPs, UFOs, any unidentified flying objects, any unidentified objects that's in the water. All of this coincides with different forms of water, as well as the department or the governmental department, NASA, probably don't want you to know, or the world as you know, as this matrix, don't want you to comprehend. The water that you know, far as what you think is a solid that operates off a different vibration, is the same, is a part of your air and a part of the skies. Dealing with different temperatures, you have the water, what you see, the water that you breathe, the water that the air and water that's going through your body, as well as electricity, as well as above. So as above, so below. With what you see these planets as, these planets, it's a possibility with this understanding that these planets, UFOs, and unidentified flying objects, rather in the water or the skies, is on the same mass, not the mass, it's on the same realm as you, the same plane as you, just operating in a different distance through it. So you seeing this through a different light that's bending, through a different temperature that's bending, and it's looking like a visual phenomenon, which is causing a visual phenomenon. But if it was right here in front of you, you'll be able to see a ship that's operating in a plane where it's majority gas, waters, or whatever elements outside of your matrix. So these ships are built for those planes or worlds, and it appears like it's above you. So nothing is above you far as what they giving you. They telling you to look up. It's only north, east, west, and south. Forward and back motion. That's why it look like something going up and these damn rockets going starting shooting off. They keep going up. You also have GoPro experiments. I will pull that up, but you can pull it up yourself, or it's showing you balloons tied to or whatever the hell they got going to the highest mass, and it's sounding like a form of tone and giving off a tone or a frequency as if it's hitting water or something. So you are living around different forms of water, real different elements of a fishbowl, if you can only imagine. Rather, you want to decide it's a dome or whatever the case may be. What I'm trying to give you right now is the planets, the UFOs is a mirage to you. Already told you that the 3-eye atlas is a pre-recording as well. The other satellite images information is possibly real time. Using the Fatima Morgana and also aligning your brain with adapting and combining and coming in cahoots with all these wave parts that you have to be able to understand and be able to live in a different new light. You can say even a different state of mind. These are evidence and proof that you can do it and that it is true. As well as you should see why people shouldn't understand or take time or whatever. We don't have time now, but everything is compartmentalized. Be fluent with your shit. Be fluent with your understanding. So with that being said, nobody expressed that. This is also in a few lectures I said over 10 years ago on giving the description that Turtle Island, or what you call as the Americas, this was the primordial form of teaching before you had whatever you call Egypt. At the same time, the physical aspect of what they call Atlantis and Lemuria, the school was underwater. These beings was underwater. We also had plateaus to where we came out. So we was underwater and on earth at the same goddamn time. This is, I will express that throughout other lectures, whatever content that I'm giving you. I will also be on Instagram Live and Facebook Live giving you dropping information or giving lectures. You hear me? So I can be unbuttoned down, chilling without being, too, nipped up. So not to lose where I was going, the understanding, out the box understanding, utilizing and really doing the work. That's how you'll be able to do this work, aligning your psyche ability, not just the brain. It coincides with also the quantum side. I showed you this through this experiment. Without you understanding that, you will still be in awe, even of forms of mirages, not understanding how is something to happen, how is something happening, not able to express or articulate of what you've seen. This is the time and space to where you are supposed to be able to create your own time and space and also understand what the hell you are seeing. The entertainment value still should be able to get utilized. So don't stop working if you have a job. Utilize that for something for you to be able to be your own supreme being. This is why a lot of shit ain't working for people, because they don't know that it's them. And even if they don't, when they do know it's them, they don't know how to simply go with step one to get to that process. Or it ain't have to be a process. Handle and really do the work. Your psyche abilities, combining your waves, calming your ass down, not just psyching yourself out as well. That shit is over with. Your subconscious, everybody's subconscious is begging for what the hell you really need to get to the next step. Without you understanding what I just said and what I displayed, you will see forms of like a mirage and won't even understand what the hell is happening. Do you know do people are still being baffled off of magic tricks? That's not real magic. Spiritual shit that's not real spiritual mirages. They can't understand them. Quantum slit experiments, they can't understand. So when you observe this magic, that spiritual energy, when you observe what you want to manifest, is not going to happen, because what you are putting out is recognizing that is being observed, let alone the actual data that is receiving. It's in receiving mode instead of doing mode. Does that make any sense? This is what I displayed to you to combine all of those experiments and even charts to understand the true spirituality of Psyche. So don't keep falling for motherfuckers talking some Kundalini and third eye shit, and you keep falling for mirages, and they telling you when the third eye or the 3-eye atlas is on, when to cut your third eye on. They telling you when to do this shit so you can keep this illusion to keep going. That's why they tell it. So why would all the blah blah blah, all this conspiracy theory and never no answer for no shit? Do you get what I'm saying? This is why I'm not in dashikis. This is why I probably curse or just be as real as I can. And people still don't respect that and support that. Stop falling for this shit. They literally telling you when to do something, and the so-called communities are doing is just that and operating as cattle. So even if you are operating, and even if you are a supreme being, how could your higher self know how to send the damn blessing? Let alone let's give the dramatic, little physical aspect of what the hell is happening, no matter what God it is, Allah, Jesus, let alone Jesus, Buddha, whoever it is. I'm not saying it don't exist as real, but I'm telling you that the shit is you. And if or I know it's real and your higher self is real, and I know that you're a supreme being, and I love that part, not your physical stanky ass. I don't want to be friends with every fucking body kumbaya, whatever the hell, but I love and I would like to be friends with your higher self. So how would your higher self know who you are if you doing the same shit as the collective? Now, once you able to communicate with your higher self, you should be able to operate off this morphogenic grid because you're not polluted with parasites or polluted with negative energy. Too much positive, too much negative. To start anything, that's how your battery will happen. Do you know this what happened even before I did this lecture? I'm out doing conference and consultation calls and then talk to my brother and my best friend on the phone, letting my car go dead because the phone that went on the Bluetooth, the battery then went dead. You gotta have both fucking sides, both polarities. You gotta be balanced. The Mayat, like everybody talking. There's no way you can be a goddess or a fucking king and you don't have your other side balanced. You don't even have to have the physical side, but your inside is not balanced to connect, to even charge any type of battery, to even connect, to get your vehicle going, to have you to connect with anybody else on this morphogenic fucking grid. You will still see these separated wave patterns separated, so you can't understand dreams, blessings, right and wrong. So your wrong's always wrong. The wrongs never show you why it's happening. None of this shit is understanding to you because your wave patterns is not in cahoots with each other right now. This is what you, especially right now, is what you're supposed to be doing. So how do your higher self or any deity or anything could resonate with you if you still linking with the collective? How is your battery charge if you got too much positive, too much negative, or the motherfuckers ain't even hooked up to get your vehicle going? How is this possible? How, Sway? How? You don't got the answer, Sway? Tell me something. So all this light language, all this shit is real, but you should have your psyche abilities or displaying whoever your community, your followers, or whoever you want to lead to be able to be on that. So ain't no bots and clones coming to your motherfucking ass. This is why you should be able to tap into. So you not keep getting your energy a part of the collective that could be getting sucked off of forms of an archon or a vampiric type of energy. This is why your altars should be in the form of them motherfuckers worshiping your ass, charging up off of you, tapping into your subconscious. And you not looking at this matrix and what's on the outside of you. You not falling for this shit all the time. You should be in a position to where you are bored and you can utilize science and learning something as entertainment and not being a misanthrope and displaying misanthropy. Look at being an old motherfucker that know everything, looking at everybody else as if they stupid. You get where I'm coming from? This is why you got these fucking conscious people always with the conscious community. That is going to coil, that coil is going to burn the fuck out. It's no balance. That's why everything have a look. That's why you got to get your ass in order. This is the last time that you have. This is why they distraction as well. This is why they are showing you this. This is the last time you have to get your shit in order. It don't have shit to do with nothing physical. Nothing outside of yourself. Get your shit in order and link to the motherfuckers that really give a fuck and the 401k. You are still following people that is validating themselves outside of themselves to tell you that they the shit and you ain't on shit. And a nigga like me will put my life on the line with information and also my outside work that I've been did out here. And I'm in St. Louis. So let me also give you, it's also in the Bible that ones do not, no prophet will get recognized by their nation, by their city. This is also in the Holy Biblios. And my dumb ass, so smart, I'm dumb, stayed my ass here. And the main thing I function off of is and promote is commerce, navigation, and trade. Just what they took away from your ass. And now you motherfuckers is doing the shit and so it's egomaniacs doing it in an uncontrolled ego form. That's why you got to get your shit in order right now. This is why all the riches, all the motherfuckers with mansions, no matter even if you do it or did the work or not, this is where your ass gonna come to. Majority of you motherfuckers gonna have to die to understand and do this work. But in this matrix, with me broadcasting live from Turtle Island, this is your last chance. You see how all these other conscious communities and motherfuckers is giving it to you. God bless y'all hearts. Y'all gotta donate. Y'all gotta do this. Donate to my ass so you can get money. You can work with me, contact with me. None of this shit is me getting no money. None of this shit is you gotta join. You gotta do the work your goddamn self. And I'm gonna give as much as free shit as I can. Do you see how this conscious community, white or black, is? They don't know what's happening. They don't know what's gonna happen. And the majority of this shit is all about money. You're gonna have to come out of thousands to be able to get up and whatever the hell. These people is coming out of thousands. It's all about money. The next stage, so whatever is going to happen, this is what those communities is going to be focused on. At the same time, it's all surface level talk, and they heard some shit before, but motherfuckers selling you some shit, and you would never have some shit. They telling you the 3-eye atlas and niggas talking about, I've been giving you this shit before the 3-eye atlas. I gave you that these were returned ancestors, and those were only a part of on the outs. This is a legion of thousands, a legion of 10,000. Gave you that I gave you that science way before the pandemic. So all the products, we also have your copper jewelry products I mentioned to you before. Contact me, and I also will contact you to our in-house jeweler who do all my jewelry. I also have another brother named Sapu. He also do jewelry, but we have brother Elijah. Been knowing him for over 10 years, shit, over 15 years. Goddamn me. Big bro. He also, if you ever been to any lectures, let alone at my home, any of my homes, and you seen any bodyguards, that one of the biggest motherfucker, that was him. The giant, that was him. And all love to Elijah, brother Elijah. True return master as well. I'm also have him on one of the shows and interviewing him, and also displaying his products and services. In this space and time, y'all, do the work. So this is a form of a psyche workshop. You know how it will go. At the same time, how a lecture will go. Keep in mind, I'm breaking it and giving it to you on a social media platform. So contact me on creating and doing personal or VI events, and contact me for any VI. Any events that we have will also be VI to where you can also attend. The Psyche workshops and lectures and events will be streamed live. Yes, the tickets and everything will have you full access to everything. All platforms with ticket access, you will have visual to a live stream to be able to interact as well. And also when the Q&A for any event, you will be able to be available. You'll be able to you'll be able to interact. My apologies on blah 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 stuff. So yes, so okay, the cranial sacral therapy. That's what I do for a living. Any cranial uh sacral therapy, any spiritual ceremony. Also dealing with spiritual plant medicines. You don't have to have no ceremony with any type of spiritual plant medicine. So contact me for spiritual information, for spiritual ceremony information, and whatever you would like to have, however you would like to have your ceremony, we'll discuss that, discuss the fee and everything for the ceremony, and also regarding if you want a lecture part of your ceremony. So the ceremony's 1 to 3 days as well, but everything will be signature tailored to any vendor or any brand or anybody that's looking for those type of services. Any products and services, contact me or comment for any type of information, or even if you have to give your information. Gmail, King Mystery School at gmail.com for everything I just displayed. So I'm giving you every way, shape, form to contact me. The consortium or Financial Fanatic or King Dene, anywhere. Be checking it out. You've seen this on the consortium channel. The consortium channel is just a network channel, so you'll be seeing a lot of other people on this channel, a lot of videos. All of these will consist of links. So if you find an individual that you connect with or any products and services that you connect with, you will be able to link to outside of me. And this channel don't have nothing to do with when you seeing, King Dene displaying, the lecture or whatnot. Cranial sacral therapy, contact, spiritual ceremonies, whether you want to do them with spiritual medicines or not, contact me. And we really honestly have a 50-50 for over 18 years. And it's people that also been doing work that we could consist of as elders or professionals that I've been working with also through these years on dealing with spiritual ceremonies, with plant medicines, spiritual medicines, or no medicines at all with just techniques, breathing techniques. And so those will consist of spiritual ceremonies. As well, you can contact me um, through any way, like I said, for consultations as well, and as well as Psyche workshops. So consultations, the fee is $50 an hour, and of course, I let shit go over an hour. It's good, but $50 an hour. And we also, on everything I do, I work with the price. You get what I'm saying? Um, any spiritual assistance. So I guess I can give the company number right now. The company number is 314-309-1331. Text me before calling, or you won't be able to get through on what you need assistance with. So Anything you need, any information. If you no way you can contact me, no way I'm getting back with you. 314-309-1331. Somebody or me will get contact with you ASAP. So for any spiritual services, product services, you can contact me with the number or on those contacts. Cranial sacral therapy, work with me on that. Any back problems, any habits, migraines, bowel problems, aches. I deal with your cranial. You get what I'm saying? It's beyond. It's uh, dealing with points in your body. You get where I'm coming from? I'm dealing with basically points in your body, but it's cranial sacral therapy. We have that. Any also spiritual therapy. Contact me. King Mystery School at gmail.com. Comment, like, share, subscribe, all of that. Service product line, contact line, set up any consultations, any psyche workshops. Text first so we'll know how to deal with you and the right person be able to contact you with whatever the hell, basically like a department line. 314-309-1331. People say they call that number. If you call, you ain't nobody gonna answer. You gotta text first. Let it be known. You'll get a call back. All love. Rewind this back. I will also be back, y'all. Show y'all I will also be back. We also have some stuff lined up later tonight. And with paperwork on both ends, I'm willing to go live. And you know, the other person, they're willing to go live. And they literally just got back in town, which is my baby sister. So she just got back in town and shit like this. So off her flight and so many words from work. So later on, we'll also give you other, it'll be another lecture or another event later on. I'll see y'all later. Looking forward to seeing y'all later. All love, peace and love. Like, share, and subscribe. Try to reach out on whatever you need assistance with. I'm here to assist you. And if I can't assist you, trust me, somebody else should be able to contact you and will. Thank y'all so much. All love. Do the work, y'all. Peace.